Hi guys, it's Arsh Ellahi, and in today's session I've got something really special for you. Now, if you're a HMO landlord, your keys pretty much look a little bit like this, would you agree? So this one's probably a room A, room B, and okay, you can tag them up, but I'm going to give you a much better way as to how to manage your HMO. So before we do that, I want to say a quick hello and welcome to all new subscribers. But let's go straight into the content. So here we are at the front door. Normally, if you're a HMO landlord, potentially you'll be looking through your keys to try and find which key fits the front door. I'm going to be talking to you today about the one key that controls my whole portfolio. It's the master key system. So let's go through. So the master key, in actual fact, not only does it control the front door, but it controls every door within this building. So in you come. Welcome to a 7-bed HMO. So this is one of my HMOs. If you notice, first thing, I didn't switch on any lights. All my lights are all on PIR sensors, so that's a passive infrared receiver. So what I want to tell you about today is literally back in 2006, I got a call from a police officer at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they said to me, Arsh, we've got a warrant for one of your tenants. You've got two options. You can either come out of bed now and let us in, or we can kick the door in. I said, no, I'll tell you what, guys, I'll come and let you in. I went to the back of my car. I've got my massive bunch of keys. And I went and I thought, oh, back then they weren't all labelled up. Was it this key? Was it this key? Was it this key? Next thing you know, police officer comes straight behind and goes, boom, took the door out, which means that I'd actually wasted a load of my time. So I said to the police officer, I said, guys, what's the best way that I can work with you so that I'm not having to be called out at 2 o'clock in the morning? More importantly, you guys can get access to any of my properties without having to take the door off, which is saving me time, money, and a load of hassle. So we came up with the master key system. So this one key here, can you see that clearly in the shop? This one key gets me around every single door and every property that I own. And this gets me through the front door, it gets me through bedroom door, it gets me through communal doors, it gets me through exit doors. So I've used this key just to get me through the front door. I will now use the same key to get me into this door. Now I've got to be very conscious that we've got tenants in this property, but this key would get me through that door, would get me through that door, get me through that door, and all the other doors in this building. So I've opened it and I've locked it. I could do the same for that. Now, just so that you know, I'm the only person that has the key. When I say I'm the only person that has the key, I'm the only person that is in control of that key. If all the other tenants have their key will only fit their individual doors. Their keys will not fit. So a tenant in this property will have two keys, one for the front door and one for their room, whereas I have the one key that controls everything. Why is this such a great tip? Well, first of all, it is a money-saving tip. The barrels are not actually that expensive, not that more expensive than the usual barrels that you put in. Now, from a time-saving point of view, can you imagine not having to look through a bunch of keys like this? And if you've got multiple properties, think of how many keys you're going to have to be storing. You're still going to keep a copy of these keys somewhere. And I've got a massive storage unit with all the different keys. So if a tenant loses a key, I can go, yes, okay, flat F in this property, that's his code for his door. Literally, you get that key cut, and that only works for his door. Now, I've got the key that will take me around everywhere. Now, from a time-saving point of view, I've got this key. I don't need to worry about going through a bunch of keys. From a second point of view, if I need a maintenance guy to go and do maintenance checks or what have you on the whole building, the only other person that's got keys is the maintenance guy. So there's me, the maintenance guy. And finally, going back to my story back in 2006 where the police officers took the door off, I have now given a copy of the key along with all the addresses that this key fits to the police officer. And that's now sat in Central Station so that every time they've got a warrant for an arrest for one of my tenants, they know that that tenant lives at that address. There's no reason for them to come and take the door off. More importantly, if they do take the door off, I've got a contract with the police to say that if they take the door off and they've not used their key, they then have to replace or pay for that door. So now I've kind of put the ball back in their court. They have to think twice before they go and visit a property and try and force a door, because I've given them access. There's no reason for them to take the door off. They would only take the door off if A, there was a real emergency of the threat of life, or if they couldn't find the key, or if someone did not give them access. But we've gave them access, so that kind of crosses that out. So if there is a threat of life, they will take the door off, but luckily we've not been in that situation for the last 14 years. More importantly, it means that I don't need to take those calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. The keys, believe it or not, the system is very easy. You just need to buy a new barrel. So in your HMO, I'm hoping lots of people have got the thumb turn locks. The thumb turn locks, which will either have a barrel, which might either be a Euro or a oval barrel. You've just got to simply take out the barrel and replace it with the new barrels that you get. I've got to give props actually to the guys that supplied these. So there's a company in Wolverhampton. They're called Cumming Brothers, which is Cumming Brothers. They're based in Chapel Ash, and I know that the guys watch it, so I want to say a quick hi to Ray, Dave and Adam. Thanks for supporting me throughout the years, and more importantly, thank you for helping me get this set up. So if you like that, feel free to contact those guys, and I'm sure they'll help you to get that set up too. So from a management point of view, it's so easy. We don't have to worry about these. Yes, tenants have got individual keys for their doors, but from my point of view, from the maintenance point of view, we can literally just have one key, and I can go from property to property without having to worry about will I get in, won't I get in, because I know that this key fits everywhere. So guys, that's it. That's quick top tip. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. I'll try and do a lot more little money saving and also time saving tips for you over the forthcoming weeks. As always, if you like more free content, have you downloaded or have you listened to my, what I'd say, relatively new podcast? It's called The Property Rebel. It's released every Tuesday at 6 a.m. And I just give you golden nuggets as to things to do to implement into your property journey, or even into your property business. So go and have a quick listen. It's called The Property Rebel, available on iTunes, available on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, just to name a few. I better move. There we go. And the lights are back on. Finally, if you like more free content, as you're aware, we've got this YouTube channel. Why don't you press subscribe so that every time I release a video, you can get a notification of it. As always, you can contact me on social media. I'm available on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and the new phenomenon, which is Clubhouse, under the handle of Arsh Ellahi. And finally, if you haven't already done so, have you downloaded the Property Investor app? It's the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. That includes below market value deals, rent-to-rent deals, lease option deals, service accommodation deals, just to name a few. We've actually got a new update out this week as well, which gives you a massive variety of different kinds of properties all over the country. Go and download it. You can go to our website, propertyinvestorapp.co.uk, or you can go to the App Store and type in Property Investor, and it'll be there in the palm of your hands within 2 minutes. So guys, on that note, as always, I wish you to be healthy, safe and happy, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Thank you and bye-bye.